Hey everyone, how y'all doing? Just wanted to do a quick video. This is an impromptu video. I wasn't planning on doing one tonight. I worked all day today at Eddie Bauer at Southridge, and last night was the Bullet for my Valentine concert, and so I didn't get a whole lot of sleep. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna take me time tonight. I'm gonna just chill. I'm going to take some time for myself, just kind of sit back, relax, maybe watch a movie, and that's what I decided to do. It was one of those nights where I had a hard time finding a movie that I was in the mood to watch. I didn't know what kind of a mood I was in for. I knew I wanted to watch a lighthearted video. I knew I wanted to watch a lighthearted movie, maybe a comedy, not so much in your face comedy, but just like I said, a lighthearted movie. And so, looked through my collection, didn't find any that were really hitting it with me. Went online and decided to scroll through Netflix, and gosh, it probably took me about 45 minutes before I finally found a movie. And I was like, you know what? It's getting to the point where it's getting late. I need to find a movie if I'm going to watch a movie. Otherwise, I'm just not going to have enough time to watch a movie before I have to go to bed. So I finally found a movie, and I decided to go with a classic. And I decided tonight I was going to watch one of my favorite movies, Tommy Boy. Now, something to talk about this movie. If you haven't seen it, it stars the late and great Chris Farley, and also has David Spade in it. And it's kind of, I feel like it's kind of a love letter to the Midwest, and that is one of the reasons why I love this movie so much. I've grown up and lived in Wisconsin my whole life, and there are a lot of things in this movie that are hilarious to me, that are super funny to me, that really resonate to me, just because I've lived in this area, I've grown up with those experiences, and I know all this stuff. And I feel like it's kind of a love letter that Chris Farley made too, because for those of you who don't know, he grew up in Wisconsin as well. He was born in Madison. He graduated from Marquette University. In the movie, he graduates from Marquette University. And so let's talk about the movie. So the story is Chris Farley finally graduates from college, decides to go back home to Ohio to work at his father's factory. His father owns a car part factory, and it's best one of the best factories for car parts in the Midwest. And so he goes back home. His dad is going to get married to this woman, so they have the wedding. And Chris Farley's dad tragically dies, and so all of a sudden they're like, what's going to happen with the company? Apparently his dad wasn't keeping up with the finances or whatever, and so there's a possibility that they could lose the factory, and 300 people could lose their jobs. And this factory helps run this small town in Ohio, and I resonate with that because I grew up in a small town, and I know how that can go. I know how a couple of businesses can really boost the town and be that thing that helps the town continue to not only grow but just to exist. And so Tommy Boy, he decides that he is going to go on this road trip across the Midwest with David Spade's character, and they're going to try and sell they're going to try and sell 1 million brake pads so that they can get enough money to keep the factory going. And so it turns into a road trip movie, and it's a lot of, well, it's not a lot of, there's a bit of slapstick comedy in it. Chris Farley was famous for that, but it's a classic. Lots of people love this movie. If you haven't seen this movie, I highly suggest you check it out. There's just so many great scenes, so many great one-liners in this movie. That guy in a little coat, and and housekeeping. You want me fluff pillow? Oh, so many great scenes in this movie. So many great songs when they're on the road. Oh, Chris Farley, he was a legend. He was hilarious. One of the best comedians to come from Saturday Night Live, and we lost him too soon. I don't want to go too much into that. I want this to be kind of an upbeat video because, like I said, the main reason why I wanted to watch this movie tonight was I wanted to watch a lighthearted movie, and that's what this movie is. And this movie, like I said, this movie just resonates with me. From the cow tipping scene to just the small town aspect, going across the Midwest, seeing sights that that I've seen, watching them drive down highways that I've driven down myself. Especially, and it's been a while since I've watched this movie, and so just rewatching it and going back and seeing this, like they're on the highway going to Oshkosh, and then from Oshkosh to Milwaukee, and this is like the same route that I take from my hometown to Oshkosh, where I went to school, and to Milwaukee, where I live now and where I work, and just the little things like that. It's just like, oh my gosh, like I recognize that road. I know where they're going. And it's just, and the deer scene when they hit a deer and they think it's dead and they don't know what to do with it, so they decide to keep it in the backseat of the car until they find what they do with it, and then to find out that it's still alive and they just like knocked it out for a while. They're just so. This is this isn't a perfect movie. Yes, there are some flaws with it, but there's not that many flaws, and it's not a movie that you go into to critique like that. It's not a movie where you're like, I'm just gonna nitpick this. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna find every flaw with it and I'm gonna point it out. No, this is a small movie to have fun, and it's a small movie that turned into a big cult hit, and it's like I said, it's a movie that really resonates with me, and it's not just slapstick comedy. There's some funny one-liners in there, yes, but this movie also has a lot of heart. It really they really do a good job developing all the characters, especially Chris Farley and Tommy Boy and his relationship with his father. Even after his father's passed, there's a lot of there's some deep moments in this movie with those moments, and so yeah, I enjoy this movie. I really love this movie, and I watched it and I wanted to talk about it with you guys. So as always, thanks for watching. If you liked what you've seen, please subscribe. I'm just starting off, and I appreciate all the support and all of the just yeah, all the likes and all the support that I've been getting with this channel and with moving forward with this. And so I plan to do more videos like this with movies, talking about TV shows. I will have my Bullet for My Valentine concert review up shortly. And yeah, just thanks for sticking with me. If you've been watching me, I really appreciate it. If you're new and you've liked what you see and you subscribe, thank you. It means so much to me. So with that, I will bid you a good night, and I hope you guys have a good week. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.